So for COVID, self-medication, there was a lot of stuff reported, and like going back, I had like really strong opinions. There's some variable data. There's like every time it's still on TV, you're like, if it's COVID, Paxlovid, anytime I see stuff like that, it's like, stop pushing stuff for patients to push their physicians to give you. If they don't know about it, it's probably not that good.
I've been seeing ivermectin quite a bit, like everywhere. I've just seen it pop up more when I'm on like more wellness sites, and even like some of the compound pharmacies. It seems like it's getting like coming up a lot more.
Yeah, or added to certain.
Did you guys get your flu shots or COVID shots?
I did not.
Will you get it? So infectious diseases saying.
You mean COVID shot? You got your COVID vaccine.
I
boosters.
did, but I haven't gotten a booster in about 3 years.
You got your vaccine.
I did. Initially. I felt differently, and for a certain reason. Yeah. Like early on, it was effective, and that was just like kind of like tapering the spread to not overthrow the healthcare system. It like I was never backing it. Like, this is a cure. You're never going to get it, and it's just a virus. A virus is going to. Like, people told me, I'm telling them, like, oh, you can't say that this is going to cure anything. I was like, no, that's not what I said. Like, this is, at this stage right now, like, its efficacy is good enough to prevent some hospitalizations. Yeah. This is back in 2020, 2021.
Now they're treating it pretty much like the flu vaccine. They're trying to just guess at, like, if they can catch whatever. Yeah.
I would say one thing.
It is
it FDA approved for like a shot and 2 boosters for infants for COVID? I would never do that.
Yeah.
I would absolutely not do that. If I had an infant right now, I would rather have them get COVID and build up their immunity towards it, because I don't think it's that effective, and that's for the strain right now, not to mention the strain that will be here in 12 months. Yeah. Because viruses.
I'm pretty sure my son's already had it. That's 8 months.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
And 3 years old. So.
And it's like you saw that bounce in kids getting hospitalized after everything opened up. Like, I'm not anti-vax. Ari's gotten pretty much every vaccine. I'm
against the flu and COVID vaccine.
The flu is just. I don't get it.
It doesn't make sense to me. Yeah.
The numbers just, because it's like some years it's like 10% efficacy. It's like more years out of less years. Over the last 10 years, it's been less than 20% efficacy. Is like, does that really help? Like, I've also seen hospitals with like 8 to 10 hours. This is before COVID. Yeah. I was trying to get a friend through the ER for a medical emergency, and they were like, it's a 12-hour wait. We just have a bad flu season. Yeah. So I don't know. Like, I don't know how those numbers work, because I know the flu vaccine is like a guessing game on what strain's going to be popular. Yeah. But I haven't seen good data to say, like, oh, even if it's more than 50% efficacy, that makes sense. That's going to, like, mathematically reduce the amount of patients that could potentially have that by a lot, then don't need to be hospitalized and use up resources. So I don't know. The COVID vaccine, I haven't seen anything promising since the first.
I don't know why they're even still giving it. That's like,
it's FDA approved for infants. Yeah. 3 shots.
I just think they mess up your immune system overall. So I'd rather have my immune system fight it itself. And I use like the different peptides to kind of fight off.
So it's different. There's certain vaccines like varicella, mumps, measles, rubella works really well. Yeah. Polio works really well. Yeah. Bacterial vaccines work really well. Yeah. The viral vaccines, you got to kind of question it, like weigh the benefits and risks.
There's just a lot of
like hepatitis vaccine, I'm going to make sure my kids have it. Yeah. That's a viral illness, because the risks aren't that high, but the benefits of not having hepatitis for the rest of your life, or getting hepatitis B and having to take
HPV
12 weeks.
too. HPV
is huge, because like just going through our medical training, it's like reduced the amount of
cervical
HPV related cancer, cervical,
mouth,
oral cancer or throat cancer.
Which the oral cancer part's kind of crazy. And it's like you're seeing it in some young patients, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
More than 30 to 50% people carry it. You're going to see like a crazy amount of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I could go with, even though flu is not, and I honestly, personally, I'm like, I don't want to get the flu every year because I'm like, we're very obviously immunocompetent. And if we get the flu, we'll get sick, but it won't be too bad. But I guess you always,
I've gotten
your mind,
pretty
you're sort of
sick
like
from the flu where
I
it's
have
knocked me out to like 5 days.
I have too, but the people that are going into the hospitals are obviously immunosuppressed people. So it's like,
but it matters. Some people are, their toe hurts and they go to the hospital. I
personally feel it's not like doing immunology research and stuff is with your T memory cells and stuff, because your immune system's more hyped up, ready to go, and responsive when you're young, and it develops a memory response. Yeah. So you actually want to get sicker when you're healthy and can get over all these illnesses. Yeah. So it builds up some memory. So if you're like 70 and getting exposed to something you were exposed at when you were 20 and you got really sick from, when you're 70, your body only needs to use a little bit of energy to fight that off. Yeah. So it's like this balance.
Is it now that we have kids that we realize, like we see kids like Shai and Saran, it's like kids they just have runny noses for like a solid month and a cough for like 2 months.
Well, I hadn't, Ari's like 10 years older than them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Until like 6, 7, they pretty much,
get
it's just consistent. A bunch of snot-nosed kids.
Yeah. Like before we went to Paris, I kept him out of school for like 3 days just so he wouldn't get sick 3 days before. Yeah.
Now Ari's sick and I send her to school, be like, you are the vaccine. Go spread amongst these healthy kids.